now is the time to put more emphasis on attracting customers and building business and exposing what we've got to others.
I agree. I
Yeah.
do agree.
I
So,
agree. Mhm.
okay. Any,
Because from the
who else
get,
agrees? Everyone? Just if they want, they can just, if they don't unmute, just say,
just put their hand up in the
yeah.
reactions.
Call in user one did. I don't know who that is, but
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a good idea. I mean, we're a team that already has some experience, so why wouldn't we do what you're proposing? I think that's an excellent idea. So the only thing I know that next Tuesday there's a request out for some women to present, and so Ravonda is going to be our first woman to do the presentation. So we're super excited about that. Ravonda, you going to be ready? I'll take that as a yes.
Okay, I'm trying to get the mute button. Sorry. Yes, I will try my best to be prepared.
Oh, you know what they say. What does Yoda say? Don't try, just do.
Right, exactly. Show up and do.
That's right. So I think that sounds really good. Do we have anything anybody wants to share? You know, things that they found are working really well for them, or
I'd like to share something.
please, please, Jada.
Oh, I've been in this. I'm in several groups, but I'm in one group, and it was about maybe 9 weeks ago, I think now, and someone asked a question if anyone has ever experienced, the glutathione. No, I'm sorry, the vitamin C IV. And so I had, just got through praying and just, asking the Lord to send people across my path that I could share about the water and about these patches, stem cells. And so it wasn't even no time when I saw that on my Facebook post. And so I read it, closed out, got ready to go out of my room, and I got a checkup from the neck up. Didn't you just get through asking about somebody about the Lord sending people across your path? So I went back and sat down, and I went back on there and I responded and I said, yes, I've had the opportunity several times to experience the vitamin C IV as well as glutathione, but I'm so excited and so thankful that I was introduced to an amazing technology to where I can sit in my home now and receive my glutathione, regimen. And I said, I'm just so excited, so thankful. And I just left it like that. And then someone chimed in and said, what is this new technology? I said, well, I'll send you a PM. And then 17 people responded and asked me that. And so
Wow.
So I went to Messenger, and what I did was I sent out apps, and I had a few people right then to respond. And then the lady, when I responded back, she said she was going out of town for the weekend. She'd get back with me. Well, it was about 8 weeks. So now it's going on 3 weeks. She responded back, and she said, she looked at my app again, and then she said the video, and she said, Jada, in Messenger, she said, I took the plunge. I went on your website and I placed my order. And she got the bronze for the preferred customer. So then I reached out to her and told her I'd like to meet her on the phone. So we talked. She lives in California, very nice lady. So we've been talking off and on. So today she texted me and she had already told me she thought about getting the diamond package, but didn't know. So we're going to sit down in a few minutes and then she's going to get the diamond package. But since then, I've signed up three people. I signed up one yesterday and one last Friday. She called me, someone told her about me as far as my knees. She called, she has COPD. And from there, I started sharing with her and she said, I want to sign up. I don't need to look at all the video. I can sign up now. So I got her signed up with a silver. So, I'm having fun with it now.
Wow. I mean, I'm clapping and I'm just like, I really have such that just brings so much joy to me. And I would like to know what do you feel has moved the needle or shifted from where you were to where you are now? What has changed with you?
Sense of urgency. My husband, he was going to retire in May, but because of the complications I'm still having with my knees, getting ready to do a second opinion, he said he don't know what the future is for me as far as having to go back in the hospital or something. So he's not going to retire. until next year, and I don't want that. So I have to just, put things aside and just get focused and just share this technology because I believe in this technology. So and I sold me an SD 501 today. I sent the order today. Yeah.
It
And
really
so
does,
since about,
Jada. It's really true, and I think we can all agree on this call that the water and the patches really do go hand in hand. You can't, I don't want to say you can't have one without the other, but it's just a natural lead in. And I've seen such amazing things happening, even, on my side. And I want to say that, in the beginning, I've had a very, when I started doing the Kangen water, I was really, I wasn't well, and I was in a very desperate situation financially. And so my focus was all about the money. And then over time, I'm not as desperate. And when I shifted from being all about me, and I started shifting and growing myself. And as I'm growing myself, I mean, I'm really happy growing, but I'm even happier contributing to other people. And I really feel, I was introduced to the technology through my mother. Well, I knew about the technology and then she bought it. And I just feel like I have a legacy to carry on for my mom, but also when I'm seeing what's happening with people, it just brings me such great joy. And so it's a very interesting thing that I would hear people talk about, Sheree would talk about it, other people would talk about it. It's like the texts are wonderful, but it's how we're touching other people's lives. And that just brings so much joy and fulfillment. So I have shifted. Go ahead, Malcolm.
Yeah, so I've got a question for Jada, and great. This is fantastic to hear. You're getting traction. My question to you, Jada, would be from the people that either became customers or joined you in the business. How many in total do you think you connected with? How many do you think you had a follow-up engagement with, and how many finally made a decision?
you mean of all of those, of what I just spoke about?
Yes.
Well, I follow up with pretty much all of them.
No, numbers now.
Okay, that's I followed up with 17 of them. I had feedback from four of them. One signed up. One lady, she wanted to get the patch. She wanted 2 of them, and I let her know that I give one. If you look at my video, I give you one. So anyway, but I'm not through. I go back and follow up again. So I had one signed up out of the 17.
All right. Thank you so much. And you've demonstrated there exactly the right behavior, in my opinion, because this is a numbers game. However many people we expose this to, some will be interested, some will not. And out of the ones that are interested, if it's something intriguing about them or they have a problem to solve, they will naturally want to learn more. So my message is to everyone, do not get despondent. If you're engaging with people and you're having activities and, you're not getting immediate response. It's like if anyone here has gone fishing or fly fishing in particular, where you throw the fly and when it lands on the water, sometimes a fish will jump up and he'll go for it. Other times he won't. Next time you put the fly out there, maybe a fish will either be irritated or he'll be interested, and then he'll come up and have a look. He might not bite the hook, but he'll come and look. So maybe a bad analogy for you non-fisher people out there. This is a numbers game. And it like everything else in life, it's a numbers game. Out of 30 kids in your high school, 15 of them were boys or girls, and maybe there was only 5 of them that thought you were cute. The rest were just like had other stuff going on. We agree?
That's
No.
good. Yeah.
Everybody thought I was hot, Malcolm. I'm kidding.
Everybody knew I was annoying. So, and apart from the young gal I sat behind, who is upstairs now, like 50 years later.
I see, Rex, did you have your hand up? I see Tom had a message. I didn't see your hand. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
Well,
I,
should we all take our hands down?
so do you do that or do I do that?
We do that, or you can do it in whatever.
Okay.
You know, we can just go to reactions and lower hand.
Who's the call-in user _1? They've had their hand up for forever. I don't know if that's also Rex or.
No, Rex is dressed up. He's the best. If there was a prize tonight, I want to award it to Mr. Rex for being the best dressed person on the call.
I don't know who call-in-1 user is, though. They've had their hand up for a long time, and we've
I
got-
think that's when I tried to hit *6 and hit *9 by mistake, if that raises your hand.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Hi. When he started talking about people making noise, I says, I thought my call was muted because I was cleaning up here at work. So, and I said, I bet that must be me making the noise. So then I tried to hit *6 and I think I hit *9. And yeah, I did hit *9 and then I hit *6. So I didn't know what *9 did. So now at least I learned. It raises my hand. That's great. Sorry to interrupt,
Oh, no,
but
we're
thank
all
you very
set.
much.
Thank you.
If you hit it
So-
again, Mike, does it lower it? *9?
There you go. I just hit *9.
No, it's still there. It's kept it up.
Okay, I just hit *9 again. So I'm just looking at my dial pad there, and *9 has been hit twice, so it stayed up. All right.
Probably
great.
just ordered a pizza or something. So it's okay.
I think that's a great
Uh,
idea. Do we want to leave, starting in June, use that at the last, Tuesday of the month, or the fourth Tuesday? That can be the day that we use to, you know, do an interactive call like we're doing tonight. Is that something that y'all want to do? And we'll use the other 3 Tuesdays as a stem cell presentation. Is that what do we agree on that?
Yeah, can
Raise,
we,
how
raise-
many?
raise your hand.
Hi. Good. If you could keep the water off till maybe like around 9:30, I had to glue one fitting. I'm going to turn it on,
Hi,
but
talking.
This is okay.
You want to try muting
can
that phone
run.
again there, Michael?
okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, I didn't know I was unmuted.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 second.
Lots of water here.
Hang on.
I'm glad that's all
Okay,
you're
sorry.
talking about.
Folks, this is live. Okay.
Doesn't get any more live.
That's right. It's
Glad
what
that
we call living life,
Okay.
Oh, that's
Right.
funny.
what we have to do sometimes. Maureen,
we
do you
all
have any
voting here?
questions?
Is that?
Can
is
I
that
ask
good?
Malcolm a
Is that asking
question?
Questions.
Yes, go ahead, Jada.
hey, Malcolm, or anybody, but when do you leave your the left and right side? Do you leave your setting on the bottom one where it says built to the stronger outside? Is that what you do, or do you check yours often and move it around?
I check my, and this is a great question because I know some people that their one leg is going on wildfire, and the other leg, and I suppose that's the way the compensation plan is designed, where you get some assistance on the one leg, but in order to get cycles and commissions, you have to put effort in on the other side. So there's no sitting back and just letting anything happen. So to answer your question, I'm building on my one leg because my other leg is strong. Okay, but as I'm working with members of the team, we're constantly looking at those legs to balance and grow in the right way, and start setting the course towards manager and getting managers, or managers on either side, okay, or distributors first on the either side, and then ultimately getting up to managers either side. That's a great question, and we all need to be paying attention to that.
One thing I did decide to do yesterday was go in there in my back office and write down all of my personals and put left to right so I would know exactly how many I had personally on my left and right. Because like I said, the left is going crazy, but I want to know how many of mine personally were on left and right. So,
Mhm.
you know, and their orders and things like that so I can follow. But I just want to know what you were doing and what, you know, if most people were doing. So thank you.
Actually, Desiree, that was my question. I was going to suggest that one of these team calls go over that because it's so confusing on how to structure that, how to move, move your people.
I think that's the, we do need to address that. We also need to address the back office as we get new.
Yeah, and
Teammates
manager,
on-
what it takes to get to manager and all that. I think that's a
Right.
really good point. And also, I got on that last call with Ron that we did. And I was just kind of wondering how many of you are doing the way that Ron's saying to do it. Is everyone on our call doing it that way?
I am now. So in the beginning, I wasn't. And Cherie just, she put Ron's team, livingbetterteam.com. And she click on the system and you can follow Ron's system. And that really is, like I said before, when Ron was on our call, I wish that from the very beginning, I would have done it that way. But it's not too late and I'm doing it now. And I really am seeing really great results. And the one thing that I know for sure is that as I'm growing and my skills are growing or, expanding, I'm able to communicate way more effectively than I have been. And so I would take all of Ron's advice and follow what he's doing. And he's put a lot of things up there for free that we can use in advertising on Facebook and so forth. I'm not an expert in social media, and I know Malcolm's really good in social media, but I don't know how many of you are on. But Ron made it super simple that even someone like me can do it.
Well, we're in my business. Personally, I didn't do any patches, but X39 for 90 days myself. Okay. But some of the people that I brought in have had severe pain, already severe pain going on, bone on their knees and all this stuff. And they were wanting the X39, but they also wanted to get rid of their pain. And so a lot of my people in my group are like that, that have issues going on. So I've had to get other patches. They've asked me, look, I want something for this pain. I'm tired of being on the drugs. I want to get off the drugs. I don't want to depend on them anymore. It's tearing up my liver for some of them. So that's why I ventured out in some of the other patches. But he
And
says,
I just have a question. So of all the people that you shared other patches with, did they stay on using X39 or did they stay on as?
they've used both. They've had their X39 on AutoShip along with the other patches the whole time. But see, that's because a lot of my people had a lot of inflammation and had severe issues going on. The ones that a lot of them that I talked to.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't go in and say, hey, try this for your pain. I just said, this is what the X39 does. And they said, does it help with pain? And I said, well, some people, they get relief from their pain right away. It's a regenerative patch. So you just have to put it on and let the body do what it needs to do,
So one of the things that I have found really helpful in listening to Ron's advice is this is what I say to people. So 85% of the people I patch have either an immediate response or a response within a few minutes or, a couple of hours. I said, but you might be one of those people that are in that group of 15% who don't feel anything. I said, but that doesn't mean it isn't working. And when I lead with that and give it to them, like you might be, it might not work for you and you might not feel it like that. I'll let them know it really is working. And that seems to be way more effective than telling that, leading them to think that they're going to be the 85%.
Yeah.
So when they have an immediate response, they're totally like elated. So I think, one of the things that I've learned is to position it differently so that their expectations are realistic.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah, I like that.
And one of the things, it's very interesting with people who are in pain is that even if they have a reduction in pain, they think by putting on this little patch that they might have whole body pain relief, which they
Right.
might. But, they've been in pain for 30, 40 years and they're expecting one little patch to give them a facelift overnight and remove their
Yeah, it
pain.
doesn't work that way.
Right. But
And I
that's what
tell them
they're-
that.
right.
This isn't a quick fix or a quick pill. This is not a pain patch per se. It's a regenerative patch. Yes, people do experience their pain going away. Some people do right away. Some people don't. Takes time. I always tell people give it 90 days.
I think that's really, I'm following Ron's system, and I think it's really important I want to follow the people who are really
Successful.
successful.
Mhm.
And that is what has really worked, not just for Ron Ledford, but Ron Raven.
Ron
And if you
Raven,
look at
yeah.
what other people are doing, they're following Ron.
I was
and-
impressed with Ron Raven. Yeah.
Yes. And so I'd like to share this because one of the things that I've heard people over these last few weeks talk about, well, where do you meet people and how do you talk to them? Like, what do you say? And I just said, well, I'm meeting people everywhere, wherever I'm at. And some people aren't actually out and about yet. And that's, so they're going to have to do their networking through social media or what have you. So, but I'm out and about, which means that, so I'm just going to give you this one example. And when I tell you this, it's not because I'm saying, oh, look at me. It's not that. It's just that I want to share. It's like what seems to be working. So I really have enjoyed having Glenn LeBlanc's call because he actually brings the water in, which gives us an opportunity to not only use our patches, but also to bring the water, which is super important, into that. So I was on a plane coming back from Portland, and we were supposed to stay on the same plane, but instead they made us get off and go to another gate. Well, there was this older lady, and this is the part that I really understood when not only has my skills grown, but my ability to not be invested in any way, other than I want to be helpful and I want to lead with a servant heart. And so there was this lady who, she was a little bit older, and I could see when she got off the plane, she didn't know what to do. And I just said, I said, they're going to, we're going to be over here, and they're going to put pre-boarders first, and then we're next. And so we just started a conversation, and then somehow or another, and I wasn't really even, given a preemptive questions. It was just, she was just telling me a lot of things. And one of the things she said, she has a whole body pain and that her neck was really hurting. I said, oh, have you ever heard of stem cells? And she says, yes. And I said, well, hold on a second. And I said, I'll give you something if you'd like to try it. And so I gave her the stem cell patch, and she had some relief. And she goes, I'm really, really interested. She goes, here's my name and number. I was like, okay, great. So I called her, we set up a time, and it turns out that not only was I able to set up an appointment with her. So we set up the appointment. She buys the X39 as a preferred customer, and then we actually shared water. So to me, that was like a triple win. I agreed to an appointment. She agreed to an appointment. She agreed to the stem cells. And mind you, we don't know each other. We just happened to, she felt like it was divine because we wouldn't have met each other because we weren't supposed to get off the plane. So that wouldn't have happened. And then right after that, I met someone in the chiropractor's office, and it happened because we were just talking to the receptionist, and I had mentioned something about vibrational frequencies, and I could see the lady looked at me like, and then she looked away, and I said, would you like some information on this too? And she goes, yes, I would. And so I call her up the next day, and it was so beautiful to see just how it's not me, it's just that I can see how things have shifted. And because I really do care about other people's well-being, she said, well, I don't want to be a preferred customer because I think I want to be a distributor, and I don't want to have to pay twice. I'll be a distributor. And that just happened with two people I don't even know. And today we shared water with her. So that is pretty amazing to me. And I really know that God really is in this business and that he wants us all to succeed. And it is really, truly by growing our skills. So if anyone has anything else to share before we close out, would you please, y'all can share now.
I think the skills are important to touch on those for some people, I think that's, and you've been getting on a lot of other calls too, and Jada, I swear, Jada's knocking out of the park. She's really growing her skills. You know, I've seen that in her, being she's in my group. So I've been really impressed and excited for her.
So I want to close out with a couple of comments. So Rabonda is going to do our first woman stem cell presentation. I say woman's, but she's the first woman to be given our presentation here on this call. So I'm really excited about this. It's going to be wonderful. And that's Tuesday, May 18th. So next Tuesday. Also, I had posted a little while back, Marina Worry, Eric Worry's wife, is doing a big conference free, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. with lots of very powerful women. And so y'all can, if you're interested, y'all can just go look that up and y'all can sign up for free. I think there's going to be a lot of valuable information on those calls. I really want to thank everyone for showing up. I appreciate Malcolm, your input and your leadership skills, helping us all to refine, you know, how to do our business. And I just want to thank all of y'all for being here. I love all of you. I think y'all are like the best people, and I believe in each and every one of you.
Thank you, Desiree.
Good night.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Desiree. Great job.
Yes,
Good
it's
night,
all.
everyone.